Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Lenoir County where 2 men are now facing charges after, one, failure to register as a sex offender. Saturday, deputies charged 25-year-old Peyton Collins with failure to report a new address and 37-year-old Jerry Miller with failure to register. Now, beginning in October, the Lenoir County Sheriff's Office had launched an investigation into Collins, while Miller's began in November. Now, Collins was added to the sex offender registry after he was convicted in a 2022 of having indecent liberties with a 14-year-old in 2020. In 2008, Miller was convicted in Michigan of third-degree sexual conduct with a child between 13 and 15 years old. Miller received a $75,000 secured bond, while Collins is facing a $3,000 secured bond. And now we again want to turn our attention to the ongoing fallout after the raid in Venezuela. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more.
This morning, Venezuela in turmoil with questions about who will run the country as well as America's involvement. Yesterday, Delcy Rodriguez formally sworn in as Venezuela's interim president following Nicolas Maduro's capture. Rodriguez softening her initial tone, now offering to collaborate with the Trump administration, even as her government ordered police to arrest anyone involved in supporting this weekend's U.S. attack. We're looking for peace in Venezuela, this man says, and for the U.S. to respect our Constitution. Exiled opposition leader and Nobel Prize winner Maria Corina Machado, whom President Trump said does not have the respect to govern Venezuela, now says she plans to return to her country as soon as possible.
We will turn Venezuela into the energy hub of the Americas.
President Trump is focused on Venezuela's oil, indicating to Kristen Welker that the U.S. may have a presence there for a while, saying it may help oil companies rebuild over a period of months. And across the region, there are growing concerns after the U.S. State Department posted a taunting image. This is our hemisphere.
This is Venezuela. It's in our area, the Donroe Doctrine.
President Trump has also weighed in on the future of other countries in recent days, saying Cuba is ready to fall, and the U.S. operation in Colombia sounds good to him. At the Colombian border, we spoke with these women who live in Venezuela and are hoping for calm.
What do you think of President Trump? ¿Qué piensa del presidente Trump?
Bueno, es una persona.
He's very determined, she says, and he knows what he's doing. Other families fleeing Venezuela, declining to speak on camera, concerned for relatives they left behind, and a very uncertain future.
And again, that was Gabe Gutierrez reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. We had some raindrops earlier this morning around kind of the outer banks from Cape Lookout to Cape Hatteras, but those raindrops have since departed. Now well off the coast and again heading towards Bermuda, so no concern there as far as rain showers here in the east. Current air temperatures right now generally in the upper 60s across most of the east. We do have a 70-degree reading right now in Jacksonville. We've got 67 in Hatteras along with Elizabeth City and Goldsboro. 68 seems to be the popular number right now. 68 degrees in Kenansville, Washington, Greenville, Williamston, Plymouth, Stumpy Point, and Edenton. Coolest spot on the map right now, Manio, coming in at 58 degrees. Now, normal this time of year is right around where Manio sits, the upper 50s to mid 50s. Now, overnight lows tend to dip down into the mid 30s this time of year. Well, later on tonight, we're going to be well above that thanks to the cloud cover that we're seeing across the east today and the southwesterly winds that are also in place. Right now, we've got about a 7 to 15 mile per hour breeze across the east. Again, that's bringing in some of that warmer Gulf air, and it's leading to temperatures not only reaching above average, but staying above average. Now, a cold front is going to be drifting its way across the east later on tonight. Will lead to cloud cover for the first half of your Wednesday, particularly if you're watching really south of Highway 264. Our southern communities, again, are going to wake up to clouds but we will finish the day under completely sunny skies. So don't get discouraged. Yeah, your air temperatures to start out tomorrow are going to be a little bit cooler for those of you stuck under those clouds, but there is certainly sunshine on the way. You are going to be feeling it by your, I'd say, Wednesday afternoon. And we get into Thursday, and again, another mostly sunny day. But by Thursday, an area of low pressure that right now is kind of swirling off the coast of California will make it around kind of on moving over the Rockies around northern Arizona, southern Utah into Colorado, and from there the system starts to really feed on some Gulf moisture. There is that low forming just south of LA. Of course, cold front working its way across the east later on tonight into tomorrow morning will lead to additional cloud cover for eastern North Carolina. But after that, it's a high pressure system for a few days until that area of low pressure just south of Los Angeles reaches us here in the east. So that's what we are going to be tracking over the next several days. You can see that low really kind of just continuing to push its way across the country, gathering up more moisture once it makes its way on really onto the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains. From there, it's going to have a pretty clean pass into eastern North Carolina, leaving us with another opportunity for some rain showers. Right now, it does look like our mountains, the Appalachians, will do a pretty good job of soaking up a lot of that rain, but we will still get some drops coming in over the weekend. I think Saturday evening into Sunday is going to be the wet time period. The first half of Saturday looking pretty decent, but again, air temperatures are going to be up by about 20 degrees on top of your seasonal average. 74 on Friday, 75 on Saturday, and then we start to cool back down again as those rain showers are going to be powered by a cold front. That cold front means colder air. 75 degrees on Saturday, turns to 64 on Sunday, 49 on Monday, with overnight lows drifting right on back down into the low 30s for not only Sunday night to Monday morning, but again Monday night into Tuesday morning. That's all we have time for today's 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.